I am here at the Illinois Amish Heritage Center with board member Jim Fleming. Jim, thanks for having us.
Glad to have you here.
Okay, so it seems we weren't here that long ago talking about the barn raising.
Yeah.
Last year, the steam threshing event. It's time for Harvest to Home. What do we have planned?
Harvest to Home is an event that we hold every other year. We hold it in the odd year, and steam threshing days are in the even year. Harvest to Home will feature activities around corn. We'll be doing corn picking, corn shelling. We're going to be doing some hand corn harvesting. So if folks want to come and try their hand at hand harvesting, they'll be able to do that. This year, we're going to be cooking sorghum and making molasses, and folks will have an opportunity to purchase some homemade molasses and take home. We'll have our broom corn people here. They'll be making brooms, as well as tours of the buildings that we have. Our barn has made tremendous progress here in the last year. It's almost complete. We will have some displays in there. We'll have petting zoo in there this year for Harvest to Home, so folks will be able to see the barn and be able to tour the Amish homes that we have restored and one that's in progress, as well as the German school and our Yoder tool shed. So lots of things for people to come and see and do.
Let's talk about the purpose of the event. Why is it important to host an event of this type in the community?
Really, the vision and mission of the Illinois Amish Heritage Center, a key component of that is education. And so we want to be able to teach folks how things were once done on the farm. Many of these are activities that were done on Amish farms, but also on regular farms back in the early 20th century, late 19th century. So we want to be able to allow them to experience some of these things firsthand. We believe in hands-on. We like for folks to be able to come out and get up close and personal and try things. Just like with the we'll have kids activities where kids can try things and learn. We'll have rope making demonstrations that they can participate in. We're going to do a butter making. So kids can come, really anybody. We're going to have some butter churns set up, and we'll put some whole milk in there, and they can make their own butter.
Very good.
And take that home. So it's all about teaching and education.
Some of these practices and demonstrations that you're going to be doing, are these things that Amish people here in the community are still doing today?
Yes and no. Some things are the corn picking and corn shelling, yes. Making sorghum molasses, yes. Running the sawmill, yes. But some of the more primitive type demonstrations with some of the horse-drawn equipment, in this community, it's not as much as it once was. So not only are we teaching the general population about some of these activities on the farm, but we're also educating some of the Amish kids and members of those families that may not have experienced some of these things.
Yeah.
Now, you go to other Amish communities, you may see some of these older type of functions on the farm. In this community, these folks are a little more progressive. And some of those riding, some of the disking and riding plows and some of those we don't see as much of, just because a lot of folks in this community have off the farm jobs in the Amish. And so they don't have the time to do some of those farming activities as they once did.
So we're helping develop an appreciation
Yes.
for and education of the Amish and the history of it. Let's talk about the history of this porch we're standing on right here at this home. Where are we?
This is the Daniel Schrock House, okay? And it actually, where it stands today, where it stood for the most of its life, is about a mile west of here, okay? So it was built in the late 1800s. Now this house has been fully restored, and it was an active home prior to it moving here. Now it did sit on blocks for a little while it was in transit. But it's been fully restored, and members of that Schrock family who lived here are still in this community. In fact, one of the members who will be giving tours is Owen Schrock, and he was raised in this house.
Wow.
And some of the furnishings that you see here, including the wedding china, are from Owen and his wife. So he can give you firsthand what it was like to live in this home. The restoration here I've been impressed with it the entire time. And so it is almost complete. There's some other things that have to happen as far as some more modern amenities for when we host events in the home. The Yoder house that's across the lane, it will remain pretty well as it is. Now, it is a work in progress, but folks can go in there and the paint tells the story. And what I mean is that the folks that were living there and built the home, all those people are gone. They've passed on. So the paint, when they painted walls and painted rooms and things, it tells the story. And it is a fascinating story of how they've moved walls and how they did different things in that span before it was moved here.
Well, it seems every time I come, there's something new to see, new to experience. You've got big plans, obviously, for the rest of what's happening out here at the Illinois Amish Heritage Center. So people are just going to have to stay tuned, aren't they?
They are, and we want folks to come out and enjoy it on that first weekend in October. We'll be here on Friday from 9 until 6, and on Saturday from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. We're doing a pancake and sausage breakfast on Saturday. We'll have food vendors here. The Rainbow Heart School will be doing food. And on Thursday night, we're doing a kickoff preview night, and we'll have we're going to be serving up to 600 free meals. So if folks want to come out and walk the grounds, there's no gate. You can kind of get an idea of what we're going to be doing. Have a pork chop sandwich on us, and one of our sponsors is Farm Credit Illinois.
Well, that's wonderful. We're located right here in between Arcola and Arthur, right off of, what is that, 133?
133.
Okay, very good. So it's very easy to find.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Heather.
Well, it's going to be a great weekend. The weather, stay tuned to the weather, because it is a weather-controlled event. So if you want to learn a little bit more about Harvest to Home here at the Illinois Amish Heritage Center, we'll have all that information at sayliving.tv. We do appreciate them sponsoring our segment today.